Hey there, my name is Dr. Kyle Fagala, and this is the Houston Middle School Virtual Career Fair. And my career is orthodontics. I'm an orthodontist, which is a dental specialist. And what I do, probably a lot of you know, because you probably have an orthodontist, I do braces, I do Invisalign, clear aligners, we call it, and we straighten teeth and align bites. And I make smiles more beautiful than they already were. That's what I do. How did I become that career? Well, I went to a lot of school, 11 years, in fact, after high school, 4 years of college where I studied biology. And then I did 4 years of dentistry and dental school. And then I did 3 years of orthodontics. Orthodontic residency is where you specialize in a segment of dentistry. You spend anywhere from 2 to 3 years. I did 3 years. I got a master's degree and I wrote a 200-page thesis that no one's read. But you learn how to do orthodontics. And actually, the official name of orthodontics is orthodontics and dentofacial orthopedics, which is to say that, yes, orthodontics, straight teeth, we make teeth straight, but we also look at the dento, or how the teeth meet and interact with the face. Orthopedics, meaning we make those things straight. And so, yeah, with orthodontics, we can impact how the jaws grow, and we can change the shape and size of those things to make people more beautiful and to make their teeth function better and to even help alleviate other issues. So, what's the best part of my career as an orthodontist? I think the best part is giving people more confidence than when they start. There's a lot of people who come to the orthodontist because they are uh, scared, or they are insecure, or they don't want to show their smile because they don't like how it looks. And that's no way to live. You should be able to talk and laugh and smile without worrying about it. And so, as an orthodontist, I can help people with that, which is great. What's better than having confidence and feeling comfortable in one's own skin? It's a great thing. So, as orthodontists, we get to do that. I also get to work with a big variety of people, and I get to see a lot of people every day. We may see as many as 100 patients or more in a day. And with that comes parents and siblings and so many interactions. And to be frank, it can be a little tiring, but it's also a real blessing to be able to meet that many different people from the greater Memphis area, both young and old, and from all different types of backgrounds. It's a really cool thing. What's the most challenging part of my career? I think the most challenging part in running an orthodontic practice, which is a business, is the business part. It's the people. It is hiring and firing and making sure that the numbers of the business are sound. I did not get business training in college. I didn't even step foot in the business building. And then in dental school and orthodontics, there's very, very little business training. And so I learned business in the school of hard knocks, as they call it. I learned it on site and as we went through it. And we started a practice from scratch. So we had 0 patients day one, and I did not grow up in Memphis. So it was not easy. The first few years were actually pretty tough. And so there's a lot of sacrifice that is required when you start a business. Then there's a lot of discipline that's required as you start a business. And that continues to be the most difficult part. The orthodontics, the straightening of the teeth at this stage, once you learn a trade and you get good at it, it's relatively easy and straightforward. But the hard part is the interactions that you have with people every day. It can be new and different and difficult. So, what advice do I have for students who are interested in the career of orthodontics? Well, I think orthodontics is a great profession. I think you can do really well in terms of business. I think it can be a fun job. I think you get to work around, really whoever you want to work around. If you want to have a practice that's focused on adults or teenagers or whatever, you can do that as you're running your own business. You can be autonomous, meaning you can make the decisions that you want to make. You don't have to work for anyone else. And I love that about orthodontics. Of course, you can work for people if you want to, but I like working for myself. And I think if you're interested in it, you just need to know that you're going to have to get good grades. And so you're a middle schooler right now. So it might be relatively easy for you to get A's as you get into high school, and then you go into college, and then maybe you go into dental or medical school, and then eventually you go into orthodontics. At each step, it can get a little bit harder to earn that grade. It gets a little bit more competitive. And so the short thing I would say is that ask those that have come before in that profession what you need to do, what you need to look out for, how you can succeed. And you'll find that 99 times out of 100, someone who's in a profession, if you ask them humbly and modestly, hey, can you help me with this? I want to do what you do. Tell me how to do it. They're going to take the time necessary to tell you. And that is a secret to life is that people are willing to help and willing to communicate and willing to mentor those that ask for that help. And so I implore you to do that and never be ashamed to ask questions. It is perfectly fine to have curiosity. In fact, I think the best thing is to be a lifelong learner and always seek truth and always seek information where possible. I always have gotten a hard time for asking too many questions, but it's something that will serve you throughout your life to always maintain that spark of curiosity. Lastly, what is the coolest thing I've ever done in my career? Well, I've done a lot of cool things. Orthodontics has been very good to me. I think the first thing is just being able to work with so many people in the greater Memphis area has been awesome. I've gotten to work with Memphis Grizzlies players and just really cool people, and getting to meet a lot of people has been great. Outside of that, in the profession of orthodontics, because each industry or profession has a community. I've been able to podcast. I've been able to lecture on big stages. Been able to teach, which I love to teach. I teach at the dental school. I've also joined a band, like a cover band of all orthodontists, and we get to play at big meetings and play on stages I would have never expected. And this is all because of being an orthodontist, podcasting, and all this kind of fun stuff. It's been great. The most rewarding example was in the time of COVID, right as we were being shut down, because orthodontics was shut down. I was asked by the Make-A-Wish Foundation to do braces for a patient. And usually Make-A-Wish is like, you can go to Paris, you can go to Disney World, you can really do just about whatever you want and be treated as a VIP. And this patient wanted to have braces done because he wanted to be a male model, and this is what he wanted. And his teeth were very crooked, and he wanted braces. And so it was such an honor to be asked and to be able to use my profession and my gifts and my talents and the skills that I have worked so many years to develop to help, make a wish for somebody. And I think that's really awesome. So that for me is the coolest thing I've gotten to do. And I'll just say this, whatever it is that you're thinking that you might want to do, you're just in middle school. So you have time to figure this out. If you don't know what you want to do, that's okay. If you think you know what you want to do, what did I think I wanted to do when I was in middle school? Well, before middle school, I wanted to be a medical doctor. And then I didn't want to be on call. So I was like, well, what's the next best thing? I'll be a dentist. I didn't know about orthodontics until I got into dental school. So keep your options open. If you're wanting to do something in the healthcare profession, that you become a doctor, you specialize, just know you're going to have to work really hard in school. I've once heard it said that there are 3 things that you can do in college. You can sleep, you can study, and you can have fun, but you can only pick 2 of those things. And I think that's sort of true of life in general. You have to be disciplined. And of course, you should want to get enough sleep and study. The having fun part, sometimes it gets in the way of those things, especially in the context of college. And then maybe you could do all 3 if you're, really disciplined. But the point is, you're going to have to work really hard if you want to do that. And of course, you can. I think anything is possible if you put your mind to it, if you put work into it, if you're strategic and you remain disciplined. So I hope there's some good ideas here. Hope you're inspired to do something. If you want to be an orthodontist, please come talk to me. I'm happy to mentor. I'm happy to answer any questions that you would ever have. And if you want to do something else, I'm happy to do the same. So work hard. Hopefully you achieve the dreams that you set out to, and hope to see you around sometime soon. Thanks a lot.